Welcome back, Sunrisers. Now, Barita Investments Limited is making a big move in the Jamaican financial market. The company is launching its first ever public bond offering on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Now, this offering totaling US 11 million and Jamaican 2.25 billion will help Barita solidify its position as a leading securities dealer. We'll now hear from Barita CEO Ramon Small Ferguson and Senior Vice President Investment Banking Therese Kettle to give us the details and hopefully to break it down for us. So welcome to Sunrise, both of you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for being here.
The money people. I'm excited and you get people a chance to earn some more money.
Yeah.
The first question I want to ask for the viewers is, what is a bond exactly?
Sure. Therese, you want to take that one?
Okay,
Yes.
sure. So a bond, simply put, is a loan from you, the investor, to the entity. And in this case, it is Barita Investments Limited, right? So essentially what you're doing, you're helping us to achieve some of our own strategic imperatives, which will in turn generate more revenue for you, the investor. So simply put, you know what is a loan, right? You go and you borrow money, and
Yes.
typically when you borrow money, you're trying to enhance the quality of life that you have for yourself. And it's no different for a financial institution or a company. But we term it a bond, but it's simply put a loan that you, the investor, you're lending us money to help us to achieve our own strategic imperatives.
I like how this is going already, because you see, you're speaking in a language I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that. Thanks for using all of the terms to help me be like, okay, I
Yes,
get that.
yes.
I want to take it even a little further back. I want to talk a little bit about Barita Investments and what sets you guys apart from other financial institutions. Tell us a little bit about Barita.
Sure, no problem. So Barita Investments Limited has been around for longer than both of us. Right? We are closing in on 50 years. We were founded in 1977 by Mrs. Rita Humphreys Lewin. And since then, we've been on a mission to really help the ordinary Jamaican person to make money work for them, to achieve their financial goals and objectives, right? The company was acquired in 2018 by Cornerstone, and since then, we have had a focus on making the business more capable to achieve that objective under which it was founded, right? So we have infused a good bit of financial capital into the entity to allow it to grow. We've infused a good bit of human capital. Therese and I are beneficiaries of that, having joined the company since then. And over the last 6-7 years, we have been on a journey to spread the message of investing around Jamaica, and it has leaked out into the Caribbean, right? I think what sets us apart is really, there are a few things, because we're all in the same sector, right, with a number of people on the same mission, right? I think what probably sets us apart is that we're very focused on listening to our customers. We respond to feedback, right? So even this offer, for example, is reflective of that. We have 7 different options for our customers. Therese has been likening it to a menu, right? And the reason is we wanted to put our potential investors in a position where they didn't quite feel like they were fitting a square peg into a round hole in terms of what option they selected. They had an option that best matched up with their own financial needs. So one thing I'd say that sets us apart is that we really do listen to our customers and we try and respond accordingly.
That's very good. And also, I'm sure you'd want to highlight some of your highlights over the last quarter based on your financial report so that persons can understand further what sets you apart. Tell us some of the key highlights.
Sure. So, I mean, what we set out doing as well, through the infusions that I mentioned and several other things, is to build a resilient business, right? And it was a good thing, right? Because shortly after the company was acquired, we entered a phenomenon, a global pandemic, right? It was rife with risk. And our focus on risk management has really built a diversified business, and we're benefiting from that resilience. So in the last quarter, for example, we would have shown a 17% increase, quarter ending December, in profitability to 550 million Jamaican dollars for that quarter. And our asset base stood at over 138 billion Jamaican dollars, over $35 billion in capital, in equity, in backstop in our business to absorb various risks. I mean, as we speak to investors about potentially supporting us on this offer, they want to know that we have a strong business, we have a lasting business, right? We've been around for almost 50 years, and based on the foundation that has been fortified since the business was acquired in 2018, we're very well set for the next 50 years. Let me put it that way.
And that was impressive growth too, yeah.
I have some friends and perhaps some family members, if they're coming to me for a loan, I know once I lend them, I'm not getting it back. So I want you to talk to me about what are some of your strategies to continue to expand, so the viewers and the listeners can say, oh, I see what Barita is doing, I will entrust them with these funds.
Sure, yes, I can maybe speak about what we're going to use the money to do, right, which is important. So, I mean, as Terry said, this is a loan, right? So when you go to the bank is very interested in what are you going to use this money to do? Right? Are you going to buy a house? Are you going to buy a car? So for us, it's, as Terry said, around business expansion, and there are a few areas, right? The first is that I wanted to think about our business like any other business. Let's say, for example, if you're in, I don't know, the soap business, right? You manufacture soap and you sell it. That's the inventory. For us, money is our inventory. So we take money into our business and we invest that money to generate increments of revenue. So the first thing on our list is that we have some strategic assets that we want to acquire with this money that we expect to generate a return. And a piece of that return can be passed on to the bondholders, right, the investors. The second thing on the list is that there are areas of our business that are growing and expanding. So the area of the business that Therese runs, for example, is our investment banking business. And her job is to find financial solutions for companies and projects that want to grow and expand, right? So some of the financial solutions that she finds for these companies involve us, Barita, participating, right? So some of the money will go towards enhancing Therese's ability to serve her customers on her end of the business.
Earlier you mentioned that Therese has concocted a menu. Right? So I want Therese now to explain to us, to share with us about the different segments, the 7 segments.
The tranches.
All right. So that's another area for us to educate the public, right? And at Barita Investments Limited, we are big on financial literacy, right, and democratizing wealth. So let me talk about the tranches first. So we have 7 tranches, and what is a tranche? A tranche is, let's say, for example, you go to a restaurant and you want food, and they give you a menu. And the menu is essentially the options that you have on the table, and you're going to choose which one is best suited for you. So in the financial services industry, a tranche is just an option. And we would have listened to the market, would have gone out there and spoken to investors when we did our market read to determine what are some of the things that you are looking for in order for you to create wealth, to generate wealth. In addition to that, we also use our expertise in terms of, wealth creation and, generating that wealth to create those solutions as well. So we have the 7 tranches. We have 2 US dollar tranches and we have 5 Jamaican dollar tranches. So the 2 US dollar tranches are 2 years and 3 years, right? And the 2-year is priced very attractively at 7%, and the 3-year is priced at 7.5%, and that is also very attractive, and this is on US dollar investments, right? And when we're talking about bonds, it's a loan, we're talking about capital preservation, you're going to be getting your interest quarterly and your principal at maturity, right? And so those are the 2 US dollar options, right? Options. Easy, right? You understand it? On the Jamaican dollar side, we have 5 options. We have a 2-year option, 3-year option, 5-year option, a 7-year option, and a 10-year option. So we did this because we know that there are institutional investors, there are large corporate entities, there are people like you and me who have our own goals and aspirations. You might be wanting to, look forward to or investing in your retirement, children's education. You might want to own a home, and you have these goals, and you want to set some money aside to help you to achieve some of those goals. So we have the 2-year option, and that is priced at 9.75%, right? That is very important for people to understand. Very attractive in the market. You're not getting those rates out there anymore, right? We'll have the 3-year option, of the 5-year option, the 7-year option, the 10-year option, and that is priced at 10.9%, just shy of 11%, and that too is very attractive, right?
Yes,
It
yes.
is very important that you go out there, you talk to your investment advisor, you read the prospectus as well, right? Because it's very important. I know Tami, you're going to say that, boy, there's a lot of pages, and I'm not going to go through this.
You know I'm going to say
Yes,
that.
but it's important for you on
Right.
your own investment journey to read and ask us the questions. And we're happy to come to you as well. And you can ask us any questions that you may have about investing and any questions at all you may have on the bond. One of the good things about the bonds as well in relation to the tranches, it's very important for investors to understand that bonds are typically private and they're typically illiquid, and that's one of the risks associated with bonds. So what we would have done, we would have been very strategic, because we understand that people are looking for and institutions are looking for strong investment options.
Yes.
And what we did, we came to the market, we're listing the bonds on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. What does that mean? It is creating liquidity for you. So let's say, for example, you would have invested in a 10-year option and something happens and you need to liquidate, right? And you need to get that money now. You can trade those bonds just like how you trade the stocks on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So making it very liquid for you. So if you invest in the 2-year, the 3-year, the 5-year, the 7-year, or the 10-year, you still have that option to liquidate and come back in once it is the time is right for you.
I'm happy to hear this, and I know you're happy to hear this too, because you have that money sitting down in your US dollars, earning no money in a commercial bank, and of course, this is an opportunity for you to
How
earn.
can people be in touch
7%.
to maybe like find out more? Their interest is peaked. They want to learn more. How can people be in touch? How can people find out more about this and get started?
Sure. So easy. You can go online. So we have a website dedicated to the bond. That's www.barita.com/bond or baritaboss.com. And in addition to that, you can feel free to reach out to your Barita representative, call us. We also have Barry, our bot, online, who is there to assist you as well. In addition to that, we have the support of the broker community, right? And this is very important, especially in these times, right? We have FHC as a broker, we have GMMB coming on board, we have JN Fund Managers, we have Scotia Investments, we have Proven, and we have VM Wealth as selling agents. And these are brokers who are going to help us. They're tentacles of Barita, and they're supporting us to get this offer out there to their clients and to the wider public. In addition to that, even if it is that you didn't hear the name of your broker, you can feel free to reach out to any one of the brokers out there, and they will facilitate you in terms of closing this transaction. But we're recommending that you come to Barita Investments Limited, talk to us. We're big on democratizing wealth. What does that mean? It means that we want to ensure that wealth is accessible to everybody. Everybody, not just a few, to everybody. And therefore, we do have a lot of investment options. We're focusing now on the bond, but we want to help you on your own wealth building journey, for you to start it or to continue it. So we want to ensure that you come and you have that conversation. We help you. We build out that roadmap so that you can achieve your own strategic imperatives.
Are there minimum amounts or ceilings?
There are minimum amounts, and these are very attractive. So you can start at a minimum of $500 US or 50,000 Jamaican dollars, right? And we're not saying that if it is that you have more to invest, you can invest more.
There's no ceiling.
There's no ceiling, right?
No, you hear that, I think?
There's no ceiling.
We have a ceiling.
So if it is that, the more you invest, the more you get back in terms of returns, right? The interest.
Yes.
So we're encouraging you, once it is that you understand, and we can help you to determine how much it is that you need to invest in order to achieve some of your strategic
Awesome.
Just
Thank
feel
you
like you'll
very
be there every step of the way, and that's
Absolutely.
nice. I love that.
Absolutely.
Love
Awesome.
that.
Listen,
So
this is
interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting, and money gets my attention, not to mention Tami's. So I want to thank you both.
Thank you for breaking that down and explaining it to us in a way that we feel like, I can digest that and I can make sense of that, and then make a better decision.
Yeah,
so
man.
thank you for that.
When I come in, I'm going to ask for you.
Yeah, no problem. But we have a
great
we have a
team, yeah.
strong team
Awesome.
that can support you.
Honestly,
Awesome,
yes.
awesome. Many
And
thanks
if
to
not,
you.
you get the bot. Mary, who is very good too. All
Many
right.
thanks to Raymond Small, Ferguson, and Terry's Kettle. It's now time for a break. Tickets on standby for our morning news. So don't move a muscle.
We're going to figure out what our box look like right now.